Hey, hello everybody. How y'all doing? This is Dick Botte again, and I'm here to talk to you all about the upcoming Wings. I don't know what you want to call it, anthology, box set, whatever it is, that Paul McCartney is releasing on November 7th. So I got several requests about to talk about what I think about it. This certainly came as a surprise because of the other Beatle products that are coming out this year, the John Lennon Power to the People, and of course the whole anthology thing, Anthology 4, but the anthology set and all. So Paul McCartney's got a movie coming out called Band on the Run, and that is coming out in November, I believe. And then he's also has a book that's coming out in November 4th that is his book called Wings, the Story of a Band on the Run. So this is all to coincide and be companion pieces, the movie, the book, and the CD set, or the collection, because it's also out on vinyl. So it's 2 CDs or 1 CD, 3 albums on vinyl, and then also a Blu-ray set, which is 5.1 and Dolby Atmos and all that good stuff. So there's quite a bit. So the thing is with me is I'm never against a Beatles release, whether it be solo or the Beatles, but the thing is I think that McCartney was going to put out an album this year. I truly believe that. And I think that with all the Beatles anthology coming out, he pushed that out until 2026. He says it's not quite done. I don't know. But I think that's why it's not being, his new record isn't coming out this year, is because of all that. I think he wanted to put out a product. This Wings set definitely does that. He's also going out on tour in a couple weeks, or maybe in a few days, and I think that has a lot to do with it. He's got some product out there that people now, after they go see him, will go out and buy. It's the newest thing. So let's kind of dig in and see what this I'm going to review the 2 CD collection, okay? Not the 1 CD, but so the 2 CD collection really, it has all the, everything you would expect, and some you wouldn't. It has Band on the Run, Hi Hi Hi, Silly Love Songs, Letting Go, which is a fan favorite in concert. 1985 is another fan favorite. Live and Let Die. The one that kind of confuses me a little bit is Mammonia, which unfortunately I feel is the weakest song on the Band on the Run album. But he's putting that on. I would have thought Mrs. Vanderbilt might have been a better choice. He does perform that every once in a while live. Who knows? But that's included. Also, Junior's Farm. Unfortunately, he didn't include the B-side, which was Sally G, which was somewhat of a country hit, or a hit on the country charts. But he only has so much space. So we have Hell Wheels, Some People Never Know, which is from the Wings Wildlife album, which is a good song. Let 'Em In, Get on the Right Thing from Red Rose Speedway, which is I like that. Jet, My Love, and Call Me Back Again. That, I don't know why he's got Call Me Back Again on there. That's kind of an odd choice also. But anyway, he's got that. Then we've got on CD2, Getting Closer. That's from the Back to the Egg. Listen to What the Man Said. I've Had Enough from London Town. Love is Strange. That is from Wildlife. Now, that was supposed to be a single, and it never was. So maybe that's why he included it. But I would have thought maybe the song Tomorrow would have been a better choice, or even Dear Friend, which in my opinion was, really the gem of the album. But, it's his record. So anyway, and then we've got the song London Town from the album of the same name. Arrow Through Me from Back to the Egg, which is a good choice. That's a great song. Venus and Mars Rock Show. And from At the Speed of Sound, She's My Baby. I'm not sure why he put that on instead of Beware My Love, which was a real, one of the best songs on the album. She's My Baby, not so much. But Bluebird, Deliver Your Children from London Town. There again, I don't know that. The only thing I could think of is that is kind of a Denny Lane song, and so maybe he wanted to show the diversity of Wings. And Denny Lane, was a member of Wings from start to finish, so maybe that was kind of his tribute to Denny, and I can appreciate that. But anyway, Let Me Roll It, Mull of Kintyre, Wildlife, Sea Moon, With a Little Luck, Soily, and Good Night Tonight. Couple songs missing that surprises me, and and they're singles, and that is Mary Had a Little Lamb, but he could have put on, if he didn't want to have that on, he could have put on Little Woman Love, which would have redeemed that single. And then Give Ireland Back to the Irish. McCartney's trying to be, controversial free in his later years, and I understand that. But nonetheless, that is a document in time, and I think that should have been included. Sometimes he censors himself a little bit, and I don't know why. Just like on that singles box set that he put out 3 years ago. He didn't include, it had all his singles, but didn't include Freedom. And it's like, why didn't you put that, But, that was the Gulf War no, it wasn't actually the Gulf War. It was the 9/11 thing. And I think that was controversial. So he left that out. So I'm just saying he does, he wants to stay away from controversy. And I understand that, but, these are songs that he put out and people appreciate, and like I said, it's a document of time. So with all these songs, they're not remixed, they're remastered at the time that they were remastered. if that makes any sense. Like Band on the Run, it's the 2010 remaster. Hi, 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 it's a 2018 remaster. Hell on Wheels and let's see, Getting Closer, for example, the 2022 remaster, because those songs had never been remastered, and they were for that singles box set that he put out. So, you know, I've Had Enough, London Town, Deliver Your Children, all those songs were from the 2022 remaster. So, you have that. So someone asked me, do you think this is a money grab? And everything's a money grab. I mean, you know, was this necessary? I'm going to say no. You have Wingspan, and you also have Pure McCartney that could really have, you know, that really covers all this. But what he wanted was kind of a Wings greatest hits that hasn't necessarily been one since the first one, what, in 1978, I think. So, you know, this is what he wants. He's got it. McCartney picked the songs. And I think that there's some good album notes in the collection along with a poster, so that's good. What can I say? I think that, you know, the collection of songs could have been better, but that's just my opinion. You know, I say Beware My Love. Well, maybe someone likes She's My Baby. Or Mamunia. Well, that might be someone's favorite song on the album, not mine, you know. So with that, you know, it becomes, you know, personal taste, I guess. But I do think he should have included Give Ireland Back to the Irish, if anything. You know, because that really was part of the Wings background and library. So that's that. Other than that, that's all I've got to say about that. I'm looking forward to the anthology at the end of November. I'm looking forward to the John Lennon Power of the People at the beginning of October. I'm looking forward to this at the beginning of November. What else? It's going to be an expensive fourth quarter, but that's okay. Early next year, we've got new McCartney. I'm probably thinking maybe March or April. We'll see. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, there is the McCartney diary of the Bowery Ballroom concert. It's the leading up to it and all setting it up and everything, and it was just released today on YouTube, and it's about, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes long. It's not very long, but it's really enjoyable, and I suggest everybody take a look at it. Other than that, that's it for now. I do have some more McCartney reviews coming up. I don't remember where I left off because I'm getting old, but I think we've got At the Speed of Sound to come up with, and then of course Wings Over America, and then we're going to get into London Town, Back to the Egg, and all that good stuff. And then that ends Wings, and then I'll continue with his solo stuff after Wings. So that's coming in the next couple weeks. Other than that, you all have a great day. I'm glad I went under 15 minutes this time. Take care. We love you. Bye-bye.